to the channel. Today we're going to continue with our color along out of the Winter Walk book by Rita Berman. And off camera I have just been trying to get the snow all completed, which I have gotten all of it done on the left hand side of the page. I still need to do the right side and I'll finish that after this. But so today what we're going to work on is we're going to try to get these elements down here done, and then next time when we come back we'll work on the houses, and then we'll move on to the stuff that's on the right page, the right hand side. So I've decided that I'm gonna use my Prismacolors for this image, and I have picked out some shades of green for our trees. And I have picked out, if you can see that, it's looking blurry, I'm sorry about that. But it's Prussian green, Kelly green, and cream. And I'll zoom you in, and then we will get started. Okay, get the book adjusted a little. We're gonna start with this little tree right back here. Okay, and I'm gonna start with my Prussian green, and I'm gonna go along the edge and fade that in. Do the same on this side. Sorry, try to make sure my hand's out of your way so that you can see. Just fade that in. Doing a medium to light pressure. Okay, and then we'll go over that with our Kelly green. We'll go over it, bring it out further, and blend those colors together and leave that soft edge for your next color to blend into. Just like that. And it looks a lot darker on camera than it does in person, but we're going to go over all of that with our cream. I'm not going to worry too much about that snowflake because, like I said, I'm going to use stickles to go over all of the snowflakes. There's the top of our tree. And then I'm going to use the Prussian green again, and I'm going to put a little bit more of a shadow under these little parts of the tree. And then I'm just going to fade that out. And anywhere where anything is in front of it, I'm going to put a shadow around that a little and fade that in. Again, not worrying about these snowflakes. I'll put them back in with the stickles and a white gel pen, probably. Okay, and then we'll go over all of that with our cream again. Blend all that together. Apparently my neighbor's dog is not too happy at the moment. Sorry if you can hear that. Okay, there is that one. Then we will move on to these two trees here. And again, I'm just going to put a little along the edges for this one, and then a little bit under these snow drips. And I also, for this tree anyway, off camera, I went around the tree, well, yeah, but around the snow with a white gel pen, as well as added some of the stickles to the little snowflakes there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with Kelly green, go over that and fade it out some, and leave very soft edge. Go over all of that with cream. In any places you feel like you've lost your darkest color too much, you can go in and add a little more. Deepen that up. Just like that. I don't know why this is looking so dark right now. But anyway. Alright, so we'll do the base of this tree, and then I think, just to save time, I'll show you how I'm going to do this one, and then we'll move on from there and do some of these other elements. And I'll finish the rest off camera. Since the artist drew a line in down the middle, I'm gonna put a little bit more of the darker color down there. And then again, just around the little snow, put a little bit. Okay, Kelly green. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna go across where I literally was barely touching the paper, so that there's a little bit of this Kelly green under the cream. Okay, now I'm gonna go back over all of it with the cream. And again, I'm going to take my Prussian green and go back along the edges and back under the snow a little bit. Just to give it a little bit darker shadow area. Like that. Okay, let's slide this over a little bit. So the way the artist has drawn this tree, I'm going to just take my Prussian green for now, and I'm going to, these little bits here that I left white, I'm going to go along those with the Prussian green. Try to get this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to go along and fill this little area in. So that would be where the tree's poking out under the snow. Just like that. Do the same for all the different little branches. And this one, the lines aren't here, but I left room to bring the green around a little bit. And I'm gonna actually try to fix this because I'm not liking that very much. I'll probably play with that some more off camera and get that looking more the way I want it to. That's basically all you're gonna do for this tree. Well, all I'm gonna do, you of course do not have to follow what I'm doing. You can do your own thing. Okay, just like that. But that's how I'm gonna do that, so I'll save the rest of that for off camera, and I'm gonna try to do that on this tree. Well, it would help if you could see what I'm talking about. This tree here a little bit too. Zoom you back out a little. And then these tree branches that are poking out over here, I'm gonna do the same as I did for this one. So, all right, so now we'll move on to our axe and decide what colors I'm going to use for that. I didn't pre-choose anything, so let's see here. I think I'll take that. And then, let's see. Yep. And that one, okay. And then for the actual blade, I think we will use, let's see, do 30, and, okay. All right, so for the axe, I've chosen for the handle chestnut, beige sienna, and peach beige. So let me zoom you in a little more so you can see a little better. I apologize for all the movement. There we go. So I'm gonna take the chestnut and I'm gonna go around the handle here and right under the blade and feather that out a little bit. And don't forget this little piece up here. And then I'm gonna take my beige sienna, go over that, blend that out. And finally our peach beige to go over all of it. And I'm gonna take this peach beige over that little top piece too. All right, so now for our blade, I pulled out warm gray 70%, warm gray 30%, and warm gray 10%. Let me give this a little twist in the sharpener. Okay, and I'm going to start down here since there's all this line work here with the warm gray 70 and put quite a bit of that there and then fade that up. And then at the very top, I'm going to put a little bit of this, very, very thin little area just to give it more of a shape. All right, and then I'm going to take my warm gray 30 and I'm going to go over that, blend it out, fade it, feather it out, leave just a little room left for our warm gray 10%. And then we are going to just a moment. Mine decided it wanted to break. Gotta love it when that happens. Okay. Hopefully that won't happen again. We'll see. Okay, you're gonna go over all of this. And smooth that out. And then, it looks really dark, but I promise it's really not that dark. I'm gonna take my warm gray 70 again and just do a little bit darker down here. Darken that back up just a little. And fade it. And then take the 30 over top of that. Just a little. And then use my brush instead of my hand. Okay, so there's our apps. As I'm throwing pencils around, it's no wonder they break on me. For our tree stump, I think I will use I'll use dark brown, chocolate, and ginger root. And I'm going to take this dark brown along the edges again. And under all of this snow, in the same shape as the snow. Just kind of like that. Maybe just a tiny bit down here, because you got some snow there coming up higher than the base of the tree stump. So I'll just put a little bit of that in there as well. Okay, and then we're going to take our chocolate. We're going to go over that and bring it out a little further. I didn't finish adding the paint to all the snow because some of the parts I want to color in before I add more paint to the page. So, okay, and then ginger root over all of it. Okay. And again, I'm going to take my dark brown and darken that up just a little more on the sides and under the snow. Just like that. Alright, there's our tree stump. Okay, for our little bunny. Let's see. think I'm gonna do a gray bunny. So I think I'm gonna use cool grays for him or her. I'm gonna do 90% cool gray, 50% cool gray, and 20% cool gray. Okay. Now, I'm not very good with flicking fur in, so I'm probably just going to color him in. So I'm gonna take my 90% cool gray, plus there's not a whole lot, he's not real big, so, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this around in some places. Alright, and then a little up here on his little head. Okay, and his ears. Oops. Okay. Alright, and now our 50% cool gray. Bring that out. And I just realized I missed his little tail, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this 90, just right at the base. Right at the base of his little tail. Okay, go over that with the 50%. I think I was saying 30, it's 50%. My apologies. Go over that and blend that out. If you enjoy flicking fur, you can definitely try to do that with the little bunny. Like I said, I'm just not very good at that yet. It's something I've been trying to work on to improve on. Okay, and lastly, we are going to take our 20% cool gray, and we're going to fill all the rest of that in, except I'm not going to fill in his little tummy area down here. I'm going to probably use the, at least not completely fill it in, probably going to use the 10% for that, so it'll be a little bit lighter than the rest of him. down to about there. That part. And then along the ears. Okay. Now I'm going to pull out my 10% cool gray and finish filling in his little belly. But it's just a little lighter, hopefully. And I think I'm actually going to take a little white. There's nothing on it. And I'm gonna go over this on his belly too to lighten that up just a hair, just a little. Okay. All right. Now for the inside of his little ears, I'm gonna put a little bit of pink. And I think I'm going to use, let's see. Which one? I think I'm gonna use pink rose to fill in the inside of his ear, and I'm gonna try to do heavier pressure around those lines, and then just lighten it up on the inside. And then I think I'll take the white again. Make sure I get the gray off of there. And just to get rid of the white spot, we'll put a little bit of this in the center of the ear. Okay. All right, so let me zoom you out a little bit. Okay. There we go. And that's what we've done today. We've done our trees, our axe, and our stump, and our bunny. I think though, real quick, while I have you on camera, because I don't believe I did it in the last one, I'm going to take my Posca, my white Posca, I'm shaking that up. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to go around the snow on the stump, and then that'll be where we end it for today. So I'm just going to go around with my white Posca, and I'm going to cover up the black lines. And sometimes you, especially when you're using Posca, you may have to go back in and put a second coat after it's dry so that it completely disappears. But that right there is also what I'm going to do around all my snow when it's all done, is add Posca or white gel pen to cover up all the black lines that you can see. But I'm probably going to wait until the end to do that, just so that in case it ends up needing, because some of this is that I did before is gonna end up needing touched back up from the colored pencil, but that is okay. All right, so there we have it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel a whole lot. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're doing this page too, or anything else that you'd like to leave in the comment section is completely fine. I just like hearing from you all and talking to you all. But all right. Until next time, stay safe and happy coloring. Bye, guys.